Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry for the lack of uploads recently, but I've got a few videos planned for the rest of the week and over the weekend. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a in-depth review on probably my best diecast model car that I have in my collection. So this is BBR's Ferrari Enzo, but these ones are from BBR when they first did their diecast models. So this one I believe is BBR's first ever fully opening diecast model car. Now I bought this off eBay a few years ago when they were relatively cheaper than what they are now. Now these are quite rare, I think, on the second-hand market, and BBR only made these in a few different colours. So they made them in black, yellow, red, white, and I think they did a full carbon fibre version as well, which does look really good. But the one I went for was this full black with red interior. Now this one is limited to 1,500 pieces, I believe, in black. And I think the Enzo looks good in pretty much any colour you get it in. Black's quite rare, you don't see many in black. So I thought I would get it in this very unique colour, which I think does look really, really good. So when you buy these BBR diecast model cars, you do get some goodies with it. It does come with a full Ferrari luggage set. For example, that's just one of the little suitcases that you get that gets stored in the front boot of the model car if you want to. You get a full user manual with the model because BBR have made pretty much every part of the car accessible to open. If you want, you can take the wheel off, you can have a look at the discs, the calipers, the engine opens up, the doors opens up, the bonnet opens up. It's a very highly detailed diecast model car, and I think this one is probably the most detailed I've got in my collection. I think it's a few notches above Auto Art signature models, which I've got quite a lot of, and I do think this one is a little bit more detailed in all aspects of the model. You also get the wheel nut tool. If you want to take the wheel off, you can use this. You can put it in the center cap, turn it, take the wheel off and have a look at the detail there. You also get this rather nice engine stand cover, which fits really nicely in the engine bay, which I'll show you guys later. But this just keeps the rear engine up, which is quite good from BBR to have, exactly like the real car itself. So those are all like the little bits that you get with the model car. But let's take you guys through a in-depth review on possibly my most highly detailed die-cast model car that I've got in my collection. Now, as I said, I bought this one off eBay. It was second-hand when I bought it because these are extremely rare now, and finding one in mint condition is really difficult. This one is in near new condition. It's got a few paint rashes here and there, but I hear that that's quite common because other collectors that have experienced the same thing on the channel have told me. But it is pretty much a brand new model car, and I am happy with the overall quality of the model. So yeah, this is why it is in my collection. So let's start off with the front of the model car, like I always do. So obviously, as you can see, with all BBR models, whether it's in their resin series or in their diecast series, all the openings at the front have finished with black metal mesh grills here and here. Also, you've got the fan intakes on either side, which is also finished in black metal mesh grills. Really highly detailed model. You've also got this Very detailed badge at the front. It's the iconic Ferrari badge with the prancing horse. Very highly detailed, looks extremely realistic, and really sits prominent on the front of the car. The headlights are done very nicely. You can see the indicator lights at the bottom with the main headlights at the top. Very highly detailed. You've got this very nice clear plastic cover over the lights with a lot of detail in there as well. So I'm really happy with how the lights look at the front end of the model car. Overall, the whole paint application is okay. As I've said, it's got a few little rashes here and there, which I bought it from the previous owner, but it's not very bad. But under bright light, which you guys will probably see, they are mainly at the back. But I think overall the paint application is quite good. It's quite a dark, deep black colour, and it's got a bit of a gloss to it as well, which I quite like. But there is quite a good paint application on the whole model. So yeah, the front is very highly detailed. I don't think BBR could have had anything more. Maybe I've seen a number plate on some of their models, but overall it's quite highly detailed. The front bonnet does open up, but I will open up everything after I've done the exterior detail on the model car. So yeah, the front is very good. So let's take you guys round the side of the model car to discuss the detail there. So as you guys can see, the red interior does really stand out and really contrast against the black, which I absolutely love, and also ties in with the red brake calipers that are on the model car. So the wheels and the tyres are very highly detailed by BBR. So you've got the Ferrari badge in the centre, sitting on the centre cap. You've got the iconic Ferrari wheels with even the tyre valve at the bottom. The wheels are made from real rubber, which is really nice. And the discs actually go through the brake calipers, which are in the same colour as the interior, and you can see the Ferrari emblem in text running down in black. So I think overall the level of detail here is really good from BBR. Very strong details and really sets the model off really nicely. Also, you've got the reflective lights on the side. I think this is probably the US spec. So you have the indicators on the side and the reflective light on the side, on the front and the rear, which again is exactly like the real car. So I think it does look quite good. You've also got these huge Ferrari shields on the side of the model car, which I don't think are stickers because they do come out quite significantly, but it does look really realistic, and it's a really good feature on the model car. Again, the overall design on the side of the model car is really good. You've got the Pininfarina badge at the bottom as well, which I quite like. All of these shut lines again are really neat and tidy. Even though this whole model opens up, the shut lines on each of the components are neat and tidy. The panel gaps aren't too big, and it does look really good. Before we get on to the rear, all of these air intakes on the side of the model car, so here on this side and at the bottom, are all finished in this black realistic metal mesh, which again I quite like, and is what you expect when you're buying a BBR model and the price point of some of these model cars. So again, the rear wheels are done very nicely. You can see the red brake calipers, the Ferrari badge in the centre, and just the iconic wheels. Very realistic, very nicely done by BBR, and I do highly rate the level of detail on the exterior. So coming around the rear of the model, which is probably one of my favourite angles on the Ferrari Enzo, you can see a lot of detail around the back now, and even more detail when I open up this amazing engine bay. Probably one of the best engine bay details I've ever seen on any of my diecast model cars. As you guys can see, this whole rear of the model car is finished in the black metal mesh, which is great. You've got the brake light here, you've got the Ferrari badge on the mesh and the Ferrari badge on top. Really good quality stickers used here. They haven't peeled, they haven't lifted. They are finished in like this chrome, which does stand up and sits really nicely against the black. The rear lights are done very nicely as well. You can see the indicators and the reverse one. Just very nice, very highly detailed. The exhausts are done very nicely as well. And you've got this very aggressive rear diffuser, which I absolutely love, because the Enzo, again, is designed for track, even though it's a road car. So it has got some very aggressive designs, rear diffuser, and it does look very, very realistic. And this whole rear engine bay clam is amazingly done by BBR. You've got the mesh on the side of the engine, and then you've got mesh at the bottom here. And if I lift up my camera and I'll show you guys what you can see through, you can see really far down there, and it does look very, very realistic. And I'll open this all up and show you guys the level of detail that BBR have gone to when it comes to their engine bay. But I'll save the best till last, and let's open up the front end of the model car and show you guys the detail in there. So let's open up the front where there is a lot of detail, and I'll open it up and I'll come back with okay, so I've opened up the front end on the Ferrari Enzo, and you can see firstly some incredible details. I've kept one of the suitcases in the front, but you can see such iconic levels of detail from BBR. You've got the fire extinguisher there as well. The whole front bonnet on the Ferrari Enzo is fully carpeted. Really high levels of detail by BBR, and I wouldn't expect anything less from BBR as well. You can also see the front bonnet also sits on these really nice struts that are connected by some nice hinges as well, so it is very realistic, and the overall feel and materials used are very high. Now I believe you can actually remove this front bit here, and you can see even more layers of detail. If I can open up with my auto art key, which you open this up, and I think you can see like the battery, and yeah, so I've taken off the front bit here where you can see the suitcase, I'm not sure of the fire extinguisher or the toolkit for the car. This whole thing is fully carpeted and it looks just very realistic. Now if you remove that, you can see the inner workings of this model car. So you can see the battery, you can see the wiring and the electronics on the car. It's all very, very highly detailed in there. You can see various fans and other wirings, components, but the detail on just the battery alone is just unbelievable. Even on top of the battery is all finished in carbon fibre, and the bottom as well has got some little carbon fibre touches. It's just incredible levels of detail there by BBR. Again, they didn't have to add that in, but they added it in because they are, I think, one of the best in making die-cast model cars, and you don't see that level of detail on any Auto Art signature model that I've got anyway. Even the Zonda R's, the Koenigseggs, the Bugattis, they haven't got that much level of detail in. and that's why I think this one is probably one of the best ever fully opening diecast models I've got in my collection. So let's add this boot lid back inside. It just literally clips in there. I think it's magnetic, and it's just a very nice fit, and there's just levels of details that you don't initially see on this BBR model, which I think makes it very special and a must-have in any collection that you guys have got. So let's close down the front bonnet very carefully, like that, and let's open up the doors and have a look at this amazing red interior, and I will come back and show you guys the interior of the model car. Okay, so I've opened up the the driver door on the Ferrari Enzo, and I've put my light right in there, so I hope you guys can see the level of detail in the interior, but it is really second to none. It is one of the best interiors I've ever seen on a BBR or any diecast model. Firstly, you've got the whole dash finished in this lovely carbon fibre and Alcantara finish. You've got the amazing red leather seats with the seat belt and the red stitching. The steering wheel's got carbon fibre touches. You can see the driver's Manatino on the right hand side. All the various buttons that are always on the Ferrari steering wheel. You've got the air vents, the air conditioning control. You've got centre dash. You've got the whole driver display. You can see the rev counter, the speedo, and all the other dials that the driver needs to see. You've also got the pedals underneath with the floor mats as well, and it is just such a highly detailed engine bay. If I show you through the windscreen as well, you can see all the little carbon fibre touches. The door cards are finished in carbon fibre with the red touches for the handle, and you can even see the wind up windows as well on this model car. It's just all very, very highly detailed, and lots of really nice materials used by BBR, and I think, as I said, it's probably one of the best interiors I've got in my collection. So it is very highly detailed, and I highly recommend the interior if you're looking to buy this model car. So now I guess we come on to the real gem of this model car is the engine bay. Now this Ferrari is running a naturally aspirated V12 engine, which I think puts out around 620 horsepower, and it is a real masterpiece to have a look at this engine bay. So if I get the engine stand cover, which I showed you guys at the beginning, which is this little thing here, you can see that the bottom of it slots into a hole in the actual engine bay itself, and you've got the square on top, which also slots into the engine cover and keeps the engine bay open. So I'll try and do this now for you guys. So you can open up the engine bay from the sides like that, and you can see just in between the suspension unit, right in the middle of the car, has a little hole which slots in like that, and then just on top of the engine bay you fit in the square on the engine cover, and it should stand open just like that and show you guys one of the best ever engine bays I think you will probably ever see on a diecast model car. Now I'll try and do this engine bay some justice, but It is one of the best ever engine bays I've ever seen. Firstly, it's such a huge engine. The level of detail that BBR have gone to is second to none. Even the fuel filler cap opens as well if you wanted to. But firstly, all the suspension that you see here is fully operational. It works. You can see the V12 engine just underneath. You've got the oil, where you put the oil in, right in the centre of the car. You can see the petrol filler cap on the left hand side as well. And each of these lids here for the oil, for the petrol, for the hydraulics, all is finished with the Ferrari emblem in text over each lid. There's so many little details in the engine bay which you don't initially see, which is just amazing. And it does actually go quite far down as well. So if I lift up my camera, you can see really far down into that engine bay, and all the level of detail in here. Firstly, it's all finished in carbon fibre. Really nice. It's actually a really nice thing to have displayed open in your model car collection. Even the underside on the engine bay is carbon fibre. But this whole rear engine bay is just amazing. Really one of the best I've got in my collection. The level of detail here is one of the best, and you can display it open without worrying about whether the engine bay will just come down like some of the Auto Art models, because you've got the metal stand in place. So in hindsight, you can display it open without worrying about anything. But I think overall, this model is just unbelievable in terms of its detail and its presence in the display cabinet. As I say, I put it up against Auto Art signature models and my other diecast models, and this always comes out on top. I've done a review on this model car where I've compared it against my Auto Art Koenigsegg Agera, and I'll leave a link in the description for that video if you want to see a back-to-back comparison. But if I had to give this model car a 10 out of 10, it would be 10 basically. It's I don't think BBR could have done any more. I know it's got some paint rashes on it, and I know other collectors have experienced the same thing, but it is an old model and they are rare now, but I just wanted to have one in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and I've got loads more videos coming very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon for the next video. Take care.